Alright, welcome back to Jotunnslayer. Going in for the final pure god run. Ooh, it's been a journey. First we had Thor, who is just the best god by far. He has the most good skills that actually can fill out 3 skills, basically, in my opinion. And then we have Loki, who has 1 standout, and everything else is just awful. Like, Viper's, like, literally awful. I'm talking about his skills and his passives that he offers are just terrible. A lot of them they require too many level ups, in my opinion, to become actually something. Like the health regen one. Oh, that sounds great. Unfortunately, you have to get 3 level ups to get 3 health regen. No. No. Yeah, Viper's the only reason to go Loki. Odin! I mean, we did this. We did Runic Boulder. It was bad. I probably should do that again and maybe try, like, these 3. Like, these 3 together and see which one is number 1. But we already know that Ragnarok, this one is actually kind of good. It kind of surprised me. It was probably because there was, like, so many enemies on the screen at any one time. It just had millions of targets to actually hit. Yeah, but we're gonna go in Freya. I'm leaning towards this, because we're gonna have melee covered, and this skill is melee until it evolves, basically, and it's just dreadful. It's a dreadful skill, in my opinion. It's one of those skills that starts bad and it becomes passable when it evolves. Whereas, like, at least these skills, like, have, like, a use. Like, this knocks enemies away, which is quite nice. Probably not so nice on Berserker, to be fair. So maybe I won't take Divine Wave. This is just a range skill that slows enemies, which is pretty nice. It seems to hit enemies more often than not, which is pretty good. And then Golden Disc is probably her best DPS. This is just a buggy mess that doesn't do anything 90% of the time. It also doesn't do damage until you evolve it, which is... it's not even anything to write home about anyways. It's 8 damage per second for 7 seconds in the tiniest little circle. Like, it's kind of a joke. I don't know what they were thinking there. They probably were like, man, we need to put another skill in for Freya. What are we gonna do? Oh, you know that thing that, you know, in the demo where you had to stand still to get a health regen buff? Yeah, they took that and they made it a little ring on the ground that you have to stand in. It has like an obscenely long cooldown. This is like the second longest cooldown in the game, right after Ragnarok, which is hilariously so much better than this piece of junk. Yeah, let's do that. I've decided against Divine Wave, even though I think Divine Wave is better than this. I don't know now. You know what? We'll do that. We'll leave it up to luck. I will choose it if it presents itself. So as we're recording this, I've like gotten what, 3 wins in a row on this character on Insane on this map with this character. Berserker's very consistent. Like, even if your luck is just awful, and I mean awful, in the last 3 runs I've done, that's been pretty bad. He's just able to weather that horrible luck. And okay, well, speaking of luck, this is probably the best level 1 you can get. Other than a skill. Like, getting immediate experience gain is just... oh. Oh. Okay, this start is just blessed, apparently. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, that was just the best start ever. We got a skill and we got EXP gain at the same time. Do I switch it up and do mushrooms instead? Nah. Let's go for them, Berserker. These little turd monkeys. It's really hard not to run past them, because then they switch directions on you, and then you're like, oh crap. I'm just not fast enough. Freya... Okay, the last choice is going to be between these two. Which one ever pops. If they both pop, I pick Divine Wave. Because I think it's better. Even though it's kind of anti-good, but once it's evolved, it will be still good. Oh god. See, I did the thing. I did the thing. See, Berserker is only good at this part, is because, one, he has okay attack damage even though they're running away from him. And two, you can just kind of stand there and hit them over and over until they die. Alright. That's that, guys. We're going Divine Wave instead of this thing. That's how I was gonna decide. Because I'm partial to Divine Wave, to be honest. Especially on Berserker. Because, I mean, he can double cast it a lot, and that's quite a lot of damage then. Yeah, let's start filling out his stuff. Assault. Another one of those skills I feel it gets worse when it evolves. I mean, it hits 4 times, but it hits in very specific directions, which is kind of shit. Unless you pair it with Lightning Strike, then it might be, you know, passable clear. More Berserker. Ouch, we don't want that one. You know what, I will take an egg. Okay, double level. Jeez, the luck on this run already is just stupid. We'll take a Radiant. God, there's still 2 more. To be fair, it takes maybe about as long as mushrooms, though, depending on your luck with how the mushrooms spawn. Because usually when I'm doing mushrooms, these guys have spawned these millions of archers, and I'm like trying to dodge or kill them. Ugh, really need spin. Oh my god, I have to take this. We didn't get this until really late last time, and that's a huge get for us. We're doing alright, we're doing alright. We're in there. We're already level 7. Good. Now I kinda wanna just level up. Wow, the game is being a right bitch right now, eh? It's like another thing I want, but should I just reload because I want the skill first? No, I'll take it. Because we already have the other thing that also will make us rage more once we have full skills. I think. Pretty sure I took that. Oof. I kind of wanted portals, but I guess we're doing Jarls. That's gonna be rough. We have like no damage right now. More discs. Ooh, double level, nice. Oh, I was gonna say more discs, but I'll take Valkyries. I think Valkyries is not bad. Because it does 2 things at least. It's not just a damage skill, it's also a slow. That makes it more of a utility skill than anything. Oh man, these guys are spread out hard as hell. So really can't just look at it through like a lens of this skill should do lots of damage. Because that skill's also doing other things. So... Alright. God, what is going on here? Probably should just banish this. This is like 1,000 times better than this. 25% on to crit with a cooldown. Whereas this triggers whatever rage goes off, which it could trigger a lot faster. So I think I'm actually gonna banish Blood Drain and just focus on this, I guess, since I'm not getting anything else. One thing's for sure, you're gonna be a healing god, which is gonna help during this part. Cause we got nothing. We're missing the one skill that would actually do okay single target damage. In my opinion. Oh, at least you're getting Zealot. That's pretty big. archers, man. Need to pull more towards the middle. Yeah, let's start headed to the left, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna double pull though. I just don't have enough single. I don't got Ragnarok to save my bacon. And dodging those lightning things is real annoying. Grab some Odin? Oh, that's a tough choice. I love King of Gods, but concentration is a one-off. And I think it's the play. That was brutal. I still think it's better than the chieftains though. 4 chieftains is a lot. Especially if they like spawn all around the map. It's more Freya, I guess. Yeah, more ladies. God, it's sad how far the mighty have fallen. Like, Golden Disc used to be like legit. It's so bad now. I don't know why. I feel like they didn't change it, but it just doesn't feel good at all compared to like the other high DPS skills. It's just so underwhelming. It needs to like inflict a debuff or something, I think. Or they need to like increase its damage by a little bit. I still feel like it might be the highest DPS skill that we have, but that's not saying much when we have basically no DPS skills. Oh my goodness. What do I do for my whirling strike by now? My goodness. It's real painful not having that. Are we done with Freya? We are not. Okay, well, we're gonna keep going Freya until we're done, unless we see Berserker. God, we had such a godly start, dude. We got level 1, experience gain, and a skill. Level 1 experience gain and a skill, and then we just fell off a cliff. And just not able to get our second Berserker skill until maybe now? Finally. Level 15, Jesus. There's no way that's going to be ready probably for evolving either, which is going to be very painful. Just going to try to utilize concentration to cast as fast as quickly as possible. Try to focus down the archers when we can. Still don't have Seething's Rage either. Hey, we got lots of healing though, right? Hey, why is the second one lower? What the heck? We just walked on screen with half health and like, ow. That's crazy. Out of these Berserker, yeah, we need this real bad. Let's try to focus these guys down. DPS, DPS, DPS. DPS, DPS. Nice. Alright, big levels here. Sure. Not ideal, but yeah, we'll take that. Oh wait, we're 16, ouch. I feel like because our kill speed is so low, we're actually leveling really slow. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm rolling. I don't want any of that junk. Odin? More healing? Sure. We're just gonna be a healing god at this point. That's our build. The don't die build. got 2 ready, none. Sucks. I kinda wanna roll. Or like either Freya or the other one. Oh, this would be nice to have, but it's too late to get right now. Oh, we're not there yet. We're not level 19 yet. I thought we were level 19. This kind of sucks when the puzzles spawn like that. There's 19, so we can grab chests now. Ooh, we can get cutting edge, beautiful. Oh, that's probably exactly what I want first, to be honest. It's the most consistent skill out of all our skills, for sure. Oh, it's just over here. Bane. So close yet so far. We've leveled so slow in this build. Thank you. Have mercy on me. Oh my gosh. I mean, it is a Freya build. I guess we'll focus on Freya. I mean, the animation of Golden Resistance is kinda sick. Not gonna lie on that one. It's kinda cool. Is it good though? Remains to be seen. I mean, it's doing work right now. It's not too bad. Okay, we're definitely going Berserker. Ah, I wanted the other thing. That's so annoying. And I don't have any rerolls, so I guess we're on Assault. I truly think Assault's not worth it at this point. If we're forced, we're forced. Is what it is. Magnet? Sure. I mean, not double mag. I'll take rerolls though. Freya, Valkyries. I mean, you don't really need Divine Wave evolved. I've said it before. I think Divine Wave is another one of the skills where it's better not evolved, especially if you have lots of double cast. Because once you get rid of the cooldown, things can't double cast anymore. Ow, I just took a lot of fireballs to the face there. Guys. Oh, not having spin window is very noticeable here. Oh, I thought he was doing his thing. Just Divine 3. Ow, that hurt a lot. Yeah, we take the class. That's probably gonna get us cut. For some food, I need some food. Oh, we have insane healing, I'm scared. There's a ton of archers. Looks like the chest though. Yeah, I think the problem with the golden is it's so inconsistent because it heads out in very specific directions. We done? Oh no, Divine Wave. Okay. Here's Evolved Divine Wave. It gets smaller, but it just continuously goes off for less damage, I think. Check that. Yeah. I think it went from like 10 to 7. I mean, it's not bad, but it does the thing a spin to win. So, I don't know. guessing it can continuously trigger rage, which actually is an unintended cool thing that it can do. Berserker. Yeah, our single target, the boss kill can be really slow. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad single target. I didn't realize how much Ragnarok was doing well. Or I just don't have enough crit, I don't know. It's not that bad, I guess. If the golden discs are also hitting. Out of those, that's probably the best. At least we got increased attack range. We can fight the boss pretty good. More Freya. Probably multi, yeah. Another run where we just didn't see the deal at all, man. That was brutal. Like, that's like his pinnacle skill, too. Oh my god. Freaking archers, dude. They all just spawn right on top of you and just instantly shoot at you. Nuts. Well, there's season deal. Do we take it though? I don't think we take it. Reason one, we haven't gotten it. We didn't get it on the other run, so I don't think it's a fair comparison. Let's just get some god damage. Honestly, I have no idea what's gonna win. I feel like it should be golden discs, logically. Oh shit, I just hit all of them. Yeah, runners again. Oh my gosh. This has definitely been the craziest run, dude. Like, but our screen killer is just not there. It's very close to us is where our clear is at. I'm trying to kill these elite, but these freaking archers keep spawning on me. Like, come on, man. Stop it. I'll take this. Maybe that was the difference. We had that when we were doing spin to win. God damage, please. Okay, I gotta focus on this. I keep forgetting about this quest. It's so easy to forget when you're just getting overwhelmed. Got him. More Thor, I guess. Give these god skills every chance to win. The DPS meter here. Okay, yeah, spin to win with the elite damage buff does a lot better. Who could have guessed? Do we go more healing? Oh, I don't have Rip and Tear either. Okay, that makes sense. I thought I had that. I guess didn't. Yeah, let's get more class. And more class. Okay, now it's a little bit in the favor of the spin to win winning. Just a little bit. I don't know, I just like killing the birds, even though I don't need gold anymore. It's just very satisfying to watch them explode into piles of gold. I'm hoping for Magnet, but it's kind of far away from all the experience I've killed down there. And we did make it to level 30, I mean that's kind of sad about that. Because we got experience gain from level 1 and a skill. Yeah, we're gonna hit like basically the level that we did on the Loki run and the Odin run. Just because their kill speed just isn't there. That's kind of sad. Let's just grab a crit. It's funny. really gotta line up the golden disc so it's hitting the guy or damage just sucks. His god skill. Sick. Oh, there's another chest. I must collect. Yeah, I think Spindwind's probably running away with it right now. Thor's done, I think. Do we have devastating crit? We do not have devastating. Okay, never mind. Thor's not done. Now Thor's done. It's just gonna help our boss damage quite a lot. Quite a lot of crit chance. Man, the Berserker is just so consistent, man. The amount of healing he has access to is kinda nuts. Just kinda nuts. Like, you compare, like, that rate, when you gain rage, you heal 10, or 5, 10, 15. Compare that to, like, the healing ward on the, the series, and you're just like, what the hell were they thinking? It's so dumb. Like, if you have ward up, you negate that damage, and now you heal, and you're probably at full health anyways. It's a weird thing they went for. Kind of done with. We have 5 rerolls though. Let's looking for Odin. We never got King of Gods, unfortunately. Which would help our god stuff do more damage. See, I'm trying to keep him at an angle so the freaking disc actually hit him. Which is awkward as hell. Really awkward. Wow, we almost died there actually. We almost died. I forgot about the orbs. Oof. Yeah, all Freya is not very good. It's pretty bad actually. Wow. That is incredibly telling right there. You see them numbers? Because I see them numbers. That is incredibly surprising, actually. But I know why this happened. I know exactly why this happened. Because the clear of this skill is terrible. And the clear for the rest of my kit is very close range. So guess what? The only thing that's hitting at long range is this. So it has a bajillion targets to hit at will. So Valkyries comes out on top, being a utility skill. Just, wow. I would not have guessed that in a million years that Valkyrie's Descent was gonna out DPS Golden Discs. That's pretty sad. And we rushed Golden Discs, I'm pretty sure. We got Golden Discs done first. We might have evolved this first, but this was at level 3 for like a long time, which is most of its damage. It's because of how it inconsistently hits. I feel like it needs to rotate around you better. Kind of like how Vipers is. That's why Vipers is so good, dude. It casts it in like a circle constantly, so it's gonna hit something very consistently. Whereas this just like diagonal. All the diagonals suck. Like Assault, Lightning Strike. I suppose like Assault, Lightning Strike, and Golden Disc together, that might be something. It might be something passable. But in a build like this, it's shit. It's shit. I mean, we had 2 of the pieces still. Like, we had Assault and Golden Disc, and it still was pretty. Like, look at Assault, dude. It sucks. Like, Assault is longer range than this, but this is just so much easier to utilize because it's around you instead of in forward directions. I don't like those skills. And it's funny how they buffed, like, unevolved Assault to actually, like, target the direction you're attacking in. And then that just completely goes away. Like, if one of the beams of that 4 cross always was in the direction you were attacking, it would be so much more consistent. Incredible. But instead, they left it like that. Alright, time for some final thoughts here on the gods and classes of Jotunnslayer. Thor, in my mind, is a clear #1. Just because of how strong the Sentinel evolve is. It's so game-changing once you unlock this evolve. It's like the one that I always want first if I'm running Sentinel, because instantly it gives you so much single target damage. If you have this skill, boss fights are just a breeze, elites are a breeze, and then it's still good at killing, you know, one enemy pretty often. Every, what, 0.4 seconds, something's probably gonna die. It's pretty good. Followed really closely by Ball Lightning. It's kind of the AoE counterpart of Sentinel. This does amazing AoE damage once it's evolved, because it like zaps people. Instead of just having to like make contact damage, it also zaps around it. Low cooldown. It's very strong. Thunderstorm is one of the ones I think is better unevolved. Evolved Thunderstorm is really underwhelming, whereas unevolved Thunderstorm is kind of good. It's like 10 strikes every like 6 seconds. Pretty strong. These ones are kind of his subpar skills, unfortunately. And then moving on with, for second place, this was kind of close between Freya and Odin in my mind. When I think Odin, I think Ragnarok, concentration where you can stand still and get an instant 20-second cooldown on all your skills, which is just kind of nuts. But then Freya over here, like, none of her skills are really notable. Honestly, I think this is maybe her only good skill. This one's kind of a utility pick. But I don't think its evolve was very good. I feel like it's better unevolved. Because it can take advantage of what Freya is really good at, double cast. Double cast, passive, experience gain passive, collection range. I really like that one actually. Like, when there's just things exploding everywhere, it makes it so much easier to collect all the EXP unless you get like a lucky magnet from a chest. You can't really count on that unless you're the Cirrus. She gets a free magnet on one of her passive if she loses a ward. So she maybe doesn't need the collection range, but yeah, it helps. Just the difference between like not taking it and taking it, I always feel like I'm higher level just because I have that extra collection range. I can collect more experience faster and more efficiently. So for those reasons, even though all of her skills are kind of not noteworthy at all, I think her passives really push her up there and kind of make her at the tippity top for second place. And then Odin is in a close third. He's got some nice passives, concentration again, and then Ragnarok, probably his best skill. Such a good slot in at level 1, or if you evolve it, it's so good. Just have a nice screen while you clear every so often. The rest of his skills, this actually surprised me, but it might have been because of how bad our build was. We ran this, this, and this, meaning there was a ton of enemies on the screen whenever Ragnarok wasn't up. Meaning this guy has a ton of targets to hit. This was just trash. Every time I've taken these, I feel like they were really underwhelming. Even evolved, they were just like, they weren't game-changing like Sentinel, you know? Or Ragnarok at level 1. So yeah, Odin's a close third, and then Loki's a distant fourth. The only thing keeping him falling off to like obscurity is Vipers. It's just a really strong freaking skill. Everything else is kind of meh. I think I did a build with this guy, Vipers, and Parasite, and Vipers just ran away with it by a landslide. Wasn't even close. So moving on to the classes, for me, I think Berserker is #1. #1, his survivability is off the charts, and he can get more in his tree. Like if you enable this guy, you can get pretty reliable ray triggers, so like that's a ton of healing. Just an absolute ton of healing. It's very survivable. Now his skills, I don't know. You could probably run like the throwing skills is pretty good. I really like this one. Once this is evolved, it's very It's kind of like a close range sentinel. It's just hit, you know? Keeps things off of you, even though you kind of want to hit with your melee. It's a little bit synergistic with like Seething Zeal or whatever, where if you hit crit with your basic attack, you might cast something else. It's a little synergistic, but it is what it is. I mean, at that point in the game, if you have like any of the good god skills, like nothing's really going to be getting that close to you anyways. This was kind of underwhelming. It's a really cool skill, but it's not very good. This is probably his worst skill. And then this is really good evolved, but other than that, it's kind of underwhelming. This is just solid. This is a solid level 1, I'd say. It gets pretty good evolved, but at that point, like, it has a very short range, so again, kind of the same problem as Cutting Edge. Probably not going to be doing too much late game, so it kind of makes it a waste of points. And then going for second, the choice is pretty clear, Revenant. As much as I want to hate this class is strong. Very, very strong, if you can somehow not get bursted to dead. His basic is one of the strongest, which is ironic, because he's ranged. He somehow is better than the Flame Sister melee. Doesn't make any sense to me why his basic is just obscenely strong and hers is obscenely weak. Sirius is like barely better than Flame Sister, probably just because she's ranged. Berserker is solid. It's a melee though, so it's, you know, it's below Revenant obviously. And then all of his skills, I think this is the worst one, especially evolved. It's just too close to your character for the slow and the root to matter, in my opinion. His best is probably Focus Fire. It's very similar to how Berserker's Cutting Edge works. Just, it's constantly going off. And then my favorite to pair with it is probably Heartseeker, though. The last couple games kind of been disappointing. Maybe it's not the right pick. Maybe it's Necrotic Rain or Skullshot or might be better. It's kind of a toss-up between those three, I think. It's very situational. Like if you're taking kind of weak god skills, like maybe Necrotic Rain is best because there's a lot of enemies on the field and it has a lot of targets to hit. But if it doesn't, then it's probably like, it's kind of like Thor's Evolved Thunderstorm. It's kind of hitting nothing a lot. And then for third, I put Cirrus. Cirrus, if she gets rolling, like especially if you get like an experience build on her, she can level up really fast and get it to evolve probably faster than any other class. So she can rush evolves the best. Getting there is a little difficult still. Mainly because their basic is pretty underwhelming. Yes, it hits the hardest, barely. Berserker is very close behind with how hard it is, and he hits so much faster. Obviously he's melee, it has to hit faster, but she's like a slow attacking. It does a lot of damage, but it just, I don't know. I feel like it either needs like an AoE increase. Obviously there's a passive that does that, but I feel like it just needs a base AoE increase, or it needs more damage on it. A little bit higher, because she really struggles with like the towers on the fire map, and like any destroyable objectives, she just struggles, because none of the other skills can hit the destroyables for some reason, which kind of makes it a big weakness for her. She can control builds really well though, because she gets all these extra reroll banishes. As far as her skills, I actually have still yet to run Briarthorns. Like, from the demo, this one always left a really sour taste. It was just awful. I don't think they've improved it, so I've never even tried it. I've tried every other skill that she has. Mind Blast is not as good as it used to be. They've definitely tuned this down quite a lot, I feel. Dark Wisp was actually a surprise. It's so strong early, and then it just becomes, you know, kind of Cirrus's like cutting edge. It's a revolving skill that constantly is clearing near her and a little bit away from her. Quite nice. I really liked magic missiles, but sometimes it's a little underwhelming and you look at it and you're just like, that's it? That's all it did? And it's really underwhelming when it's not evolved, in my opinion. It's just, 13 missiles for 8, 9 for 8, 5. It goes up to 17 evolved, and it does 30, and then it explodes into like, yeah, the 12 damage missiles. Like, the difference between not evolved and evolved is just massive. So it's kind of weak. So I've kind of been liking like Mind Blast and Dark Wisps, because Dark Wisps early is kind of consistent. Another pick is Temporal. It's an interesting one. Probably best paired with like Witch, though I'm quickly finding I think Witch is probably the weakest subclass, mainly because Heg buffs all of your damage, including your basic attack, where she needs a lot of help. It's like one of the easier ways to buff her basic without having to go out of your way where you get skills that you don't really want. Because you really just want to make her like a skill-focused build. That's all you want. You want the screen being wiped continuously, maintaining all your wards so you're super tanky. Yeah, that's serious. Fun, but kind of difficult sometimes. And then we have the Flame Sister, the new class. Sadly, probably they didn't test it very much because she's pretty bad. She somehow has one of the weakest basics, but she's melee? Like, it's so bizarre. Like, before you get the Thor thing, the 15 slay, it's so bad. I think her base damage on her, like, the normal dagger strikes is like 5, and then in all the passives throughout these guys buff it up to 8. So she strikes 3 times in quick succession, doing a whole 24 damage. It's laughable, especially if you play the fire map. The fire map, she can't even one-shot the bugs. The easiest, most basic enemy, she can't even one-shot them. She has to like hit them 4 or 5 times. It's hilarious. And then she has like a chance to do the Inferno, which does I think something around 20. The problem with like Inferno is it's like her attack speed goes down every time that triggers. So it's like really awkward. She's just an awkward melee character. Whenever I'm trying to build her, I'm like trying to get stuff where I don't have to use her melee anymore, basically, because it's so underwhelming. So as far as her skills, unfortunately these two are super bad. Just maybe if this had like double the damage, it might be something. But it's just it's always probably behind you because you're running and clearing enemies that you really don't care about. You like want clear in front of you most of the time, you know? So you can make space for yourself if your clear is bad. And that does not do that. Fire Dart's pretty underwhelming. Yeah, it's just underwhelming. This is just too short ranged. Yeah. It's a really long cooldown too, jeesh. And then we have like the 2 stars of Flame Sister, which kind of fall into the category of they're only good once they're evolved. Other than that, they're kind of meh. So like her whole kit kind of just holds her back because she doesn't really have any like strong early game skills. Unlike Berserker, this is so incredible. This is also incredible early. Serious got Dark Wisps and Mind Blast pretty incredible early. Even this Temporal Tap, like I mean that's freezing people every 6. Well, I don't know what the default cooldown is, but like you know it's freezing enemies. Takes some heat off you, gives you some time. Revenant, I mean, doesn't matter what his skills, he has a good basic, but he has also, like, you know, good choices for skills that, you know, don't start off too bad. Like, Focus Fire is pretty decent early. Skull Shot's pretty decent early. So, like, she just doesn't have something that's, you know, impactful early to increase her already really bad kill speed. You're really, like, relying on trying to grab God stuff, which every class can do the same thing. She's not really particularly good with the gods other than when she gets one of her subclasses, which buffs the god damage, which is nice. I guess that's a thing I forgot to talk about is their subclasses. That's another thing that makes the Berserker really strong is he has some of the best subclasses. Particularly Zealot. Zealot's just, in my mind, imba. It's ridiculously strong. You basically become a Seers with that subclass, because you just get innately 40% cooldown, as long as you're in rage, or 20 if you're not raging somehow. It's very, very strong. Whereas Sirius is very reliant on getting like time manipulation to get any sort of cooldown reduction or concentration from Odin. Revenant subclass. I really only like the standstill one, and that one is super, super hard to pull off on the fire map because how much stuff is shooting at you. The wolves, I just feel like the wolves don't do any damage. I mean, you can't see their numbers at the end of the game, so you have no idea, but taking that subclass never feels game-changing. Like, when you get Zealot on Berserker, like, you know your god skills are gonna start going quick. You get Hag on Sirius, you know your basic attack damage is going up. You get, I think it's Ash Disciple, it buffs your Blazing Soul and god damage. You know you're getting impactful things. All you get is 50% attack speed when you're not moving. It's like, eh. I feel like you should get like half of it when you're moving or something, you know? It just makes it meh. And then his other like Undying is like you heal when you dash 3%. Like good, yeah. It gives him his much needed, you know, healing abilities, but like it's boring. Like it feels like it's something that should just be a passive in his pool. It's not like an impactful game-changing thing. Unfortunately, but I mean, he's still very strong class. He's still very strong. Just because, you know, the basic is really good. Anyways, see y'all next time.